noget, der ligner. Ja, det kommer til at grine noget. Men hvad kan man gøre, når sugerøren er blevet væk? Vi ser, om det overhovedet passer. Ja, tak. Skål. That one broken leg has been broken for a while. I've just been putting fixing it. I was half started with fixing it, but I got distracted by wedding preparations. Should probably have put it in the basement so it wouldn't break, but it is what it is now, another little project of me fixing it. Would be a shame to throw it away when we've had it for so long. One of my first bamboo projects. Actually my first, I think. One of the wedding presents. I just want to put it in the ground. It keeps falling in the wind. And of course I also need something to stabilize it.
Well, it's a mess in here, but I gotta clean it up so we can begin on renovating the roof. I'm gonna put it all downstairs, that's why I've been cleaning down there. It's already looking better, but the air and all the dust in there is not pleasant to work in, that's why I've been wearing a mask. But we'll get there, it's a slow start. One of the more boring jobs, cleaning out, but it has to be done. Because the more cleaner space is, the quicker it goes, just with working. If you don't have obstacles all the time you have to work around. That's the oldest trick in the book. I learned from my father when we renovated an apartment back in Aarhus. He always told me, clean up after every day's of work, you'll appreciate it the day after. And I obstructed like a dumb young teenager, but in the end I figured he's very right.
Okay, cái này thì chắc nữa bạn. Poi 10 euro per quelli 3 non voglio niente, va bene così, grazie, buon lavoro.
It's definitely a work in progress, but it's nice to do some bonsai again now that I have a bit of time from it and a little bit of a break from emptying out the basement where we're gonna renovate the house. Apparently the entrepreneur told us that it's gonna be at 20 days then we'll start, so I wasn't under the time pressure that I thought, so I can take my time and do other stuff in between, which is nice. So now I had an hour to spend on bonsai, that's nice. These two I'm gonna leave to grow because they need to thicken. This one is soon done actually, so I might cut that back and begin to establish the branches. But this one definitely needs to grow because it needs to become thicker than this one. It's getting there. I think I'm gonna repot it in the spring. I don't know if you remember, but some of the trees I planted out in February, March in the winter, spring, some of them died while we were at home in Denmark because I couldn't water them every day. So now I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna plant out some now. It's both gonna help me have less pots to take care of during the summer, which is a big hustle. There's a lot of watering needed. And hopefully they have a longer time to establish roots in the ground, so I don't have to take so much care of them during the summer. Because the goal with this beautiful big land here is also to turn it into a botanical garden for trees, because I love trees. There's no secret in that, so that's the mission right now. finally a bit of a passion project. A pretty mediocre week for me because I'm still sick for some reason. I just can't shake it. It's just a forever cold. Snotting everywhere. It's very annoying. I even tried to take a day in bed the other day, but it didn't help. Hopefully some sunshine today will do the trick. I'll get some vitamins. But anyways, I managed to do a bit of stuff. Started clearing out the stable basement because so that I have room for all my tools when I gotta empty the two stables, the first floor. So that's good, but I had a little more time than I thought because we're gonna start in 20 days approximately. So that's gonna be very exciting. And I managed to plant out some trees. The first few steps on my journey to creating this garden, turning this garden into a botanical garden for trees. So yeah, I'm not much else to say. I hope I'll get better during this weekend and next week. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next week.